I'm sure you're familiar with the expression, you are what you eat. Now we see this very clearly in this week's coming parasha, the Torah portion of Shemini. The Torah tells us which animals are considered kosher animals, which type of fish are considered kosher, and which type of birds are kosher. And when it comes to kosher animals, the Torah tells us that an animal needs to have two specific signs. One is that it has to have split hooves, and the second is that it chews its cud. The Torah tells us, however, that there's one specific animal which only has one of the signs and not two of the signs, and therefore is not kosher, and that is the chazir, the pig. Now we've heard the expression also, don't be a pig. What is it that the Torah is teaching us when it says don't be a pig, when it's telling us that a pig is not kosher? And there's a very interesting insight, and of course one which I think is relevant to all of us every single day of our lives, and that is the pig as we know it only has the external signs of a kosher animal. Internally, it doesn't have the kosher sign. So from an outside perspective, if you would see the pig, you would think, this animal is possibly kosher. It's only when you delve a little bit deeper, when you look internally, you see that it's not longer a kosher animal. In life, and certainly in today's day and age, where we have so much focus on materialism, on the external, on how things look, on shiny different things, we often get lost when it comes to the true meaning of something. We may get blinded by the external, we may get blinded by the outside, by the flashy lights, and forget that it's the internal, it's what's going on inside that is crucial, that is important. Now, of course, the fact that the split hooves, the external, are one of the kosher signs means that yes, we have to display outwardly menschlichkeit, kindness, neatness, being organized. Those are of course important. But if it's only about the external, if it's only about what's going on outside and we miss the internal ingredients, that's not kosher. That's like a pig. You know, in a related way, unfortunately, so many people today are suffering internally. They put on a bright smile. You know, if you go on social media, you'll never see sad people because everyone's always smiling. And again, the Torah is telling us we've got to also work on it and be careful and considerate and conscious of the internal. Even if somebody may appear that they're smiling and happy, remember that internally they might be going through pain. And so we've got to be alert and attuned to that. And so therefore, my blessing to you and to myself, that we should always be kosher. We should always have externally, make sure that things are good, make sure that, as I said, the kindness and the way we treat others outside is important. But of course, make sure that internally we are kosher too. Keep the two consistent, keep those two values. Be kind and considerate externally, kind and considerate internally to yourself and to others. And hopefully we can ensure that we are always aware of those two aspects of life and make sure that both have kosher symbols. Wishing you a wonderful weekend and a Shabbat Shalom.